Hi, Misfits. This is Kevin.
And this is Kate.
Welcome to Horrorwood. Welcome to Horrorwood.
You said it so
I don't know why it
fast.
came out so quickly. Hello, Kate. How are you? What's new? What's the 411?
What's new since you saw me 30 seconds ago in this exact same position
'Cause
for
we're
the episode we just recorded?
We're recording too today because Kate's going out of town and then I'm going on vacation to New York City.
New York City!
New York City.
So nothing is new since we last spoke.
No, not really. All right, so let's dive in.
Let's.
Friends. So, walk down 2nd Street in downtown DeKalb, Illinois.
Okay.
And you'll find one of the city's most distinctive and haunted landmarks.
Tell me more.
The Egyptian Theater.
Ooh.
Its story begins in the late 1920s at the height of America's Egyptomania.
Egyptomania?
Yeah. It was a craze that took off after the discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922.
Oh, I honestly thought it was because of the bangles. Walk like an Egyptian.
No.
No.
So let's dive into the history of the theater, the Egyptian craze, and the many hauntings that occur in the theater. Some say it's like one of the most haunted places in the state of Illinois.
Really? How far away is DeKalb from Chicago?
64 miles.
I mean, I'm wondering if it's worth going there.
Well, Kate, that why I texted you earlier, if you're free on August 15th, is this theater does flashlight haunting tours once a month.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 2-hour, it's called Booze and something or other, but you grab a few drinks, you grab your flashlight, and the theater staff take you around the entire venue in the dark and tell you their stories.
How fun. Well, let me check my schedule.
It's your birthday weekend.
Because maybe we'll release this if I'm able to do it around then so we can do a little field trip with it. Let's go.
All right. I love it. So, let's talk a little bit about DeKalb. Local history. I love looking up little smaller towns and cities. It's fun. So, again, it's 64 miles from the city of Chicago. DeKalb started out as Huntley's Grove, but got its current name from the county, which honored Baron Johann DeKalb, a hero of the Revolutionary War.
Okay.
It became an incorporated village in 1856 and officially became a city in 1877. One of DeKalb's most famous residents was Joseph Glidden, who invented and mass-produced barbed wire.
What a thing to be famous for.
No, he was known as the father of barbed wire.
What a title.
What a time to be alive, even. Glidden teamed up with Isaac L. Elwood from the Barb Fence Company, turning DeKalb into the center of the barbed wire industry.
Hot.
Kate, we're going to go to DeKalb, we're going to get some barbed wire, and we're going to go to the haunted Egyptian theater.
I cannot wait.
Are you excited?
So much.
Yes. Education has long been a part of the city's identity. In 1895, the Northern Illinois State Normal School was founded here to train teachers. Over the years, it grew into what we now know as Northern Illinois University.
Okay.
Music is also a big tradition in DeKalb. The city's band dates back to 1854, when Gold Rush returnees started the Silver Cornet Band. That group evolved into today's DeKalb Municipal Band, which claims to be the oldest continuously operating city band in Illinois.
Okay.
I didn't know city bands were a thing.
I didn't either. I was actually going to mention that.
I guess that...
Is there a Chicago band? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, you have the nonprofit music organizations or whatever, but...
It's not the same, Kevin.
What?
You got so upset.
Well, fine. No, it's fine. Yeah, but a city sanctioned, government city sanctioned band, haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
but it
Who
exists.
knew?
Let's go see him. Kate, we're going to have a grand time in DeKalb.
I can't wait.
I'm
I mean, if it happens.
If it happens, we'll see. So DeKalb's police department was officially established in 1885, growing from just a city marshal and night watchman, 2 people, in the 1890s to a modern force with its own headquarters on West Lincoln Highway since 2013. By 1904, the city had full-time paid staff, and today it operates from 3 police stations across town.
You are straight up the DeKalb tour guide
I am
now.
telling you. I liked reading about those. So that's DeKalb. That is a portrait of the city. In the early 20th century, the world, as I mentioned, was gripped by Egyptomania.
Okay. Never knew that this was a thing.
I never knew either. Crazy. Which, again, is a fascination with all things ancient Egypt. So I did say at the beginning that it started with the finding of King Tut's tomb. Mm-hmm. It dates back a little farther than just that. This craze had roots stretching back over a century earlier, when Napoleon's 1798 invasion of Egypt brought Europe face to face with the monumental ruins of ancient temples and tombs. The scientific expedition that accompanied Napoleon meticulously documented Egypt's antiquities in the Description de l'Egypte.
Sounds fancy for me.
Me too. Introducing Western audiences to ancient Egyptian art and architecture. Once the public takes notice of it, we start to see Egyptian motifs like columns, sphinxes, and obelisks appearing in cemeteries, monuments, and buildings across Europe and the United States. It's a style that becomes known as Egyptian revival. Think the Washington Monument.
Yeah.
That's an obelisk.
Yeah.
That's Egyptian based.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Right? Sorry. But Egyptomania reached new heights in 1922 when Howard Carter made one of archaeology's greatest discoveries in Egypt's Valley of the Kings.
What did he find?
On November 26th, 1922, Carter peered through a small hole in a sealed plaster doorway and saw the glint of gold.
Ooh, shiny.
Revealing the nearly untouched tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun, a royal burial unseen for over 3,000 years.
It's a long time.
Tutankhamun, or King Tut, had ruled Egypt from about 1333 to 1323 BCE. Taking the throne at just 9 years old. Little king.
Little guy.
His father, Akhenaten, had tried to replace Egypt's ancient pantheon with the worship of one god, Aten. When Tut became king, he reversed these changes, restoring the old temples and gods, even changing his name from Tutankhaten to Tutankhamun. I think part of their last names are the gods that they worshipped at the time.
I kind of do like Tutankhaten, though.
I kind of do too.
It makes me think of that song, Here Comes Peter Cottontail.
Cotton. So, despite his efforts to stabilize the kingdom, Tut died young, around age 19. His cause of death remains uncertain, with theories including a chariot crash, disease, or bone disorder. One of those.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Pick one and go with it.
Yeah.
No one really knows. Because he died so suddenly, Tut's burial was rushed. His tomb was unusually small for a pharaoh, and mold spots inside suggest the paint hadn't even dried before it was sealed.
Ooh.
Later, pharaohs tried to erase him from memory, striking his name from king lists and building over his tomb. By the time Carter arrived, most believed it had been lost forever. It just wasn't a thing anymore.
Oh, wow.
Carter, backed by the wealthy British aristocrat Lord Carnarvon, began excavations in 1917. After years of careful digging, they uncovered a buried step leading to the tomb's entrance. Despite signs of ancient break-ins, they found it astonishingly intact. The tomb held over 5,000 objects.
How creepy as fuck would that be if you're just digging and you find steps?
A step.
And you're like, what does that lead to?
Right. I am going to, because there is a little bit of a curse thing going to come out of this, which we'll talk about a little bit. The tomb held over 5,000 objects, from everyday items like beds and chariots to ceremonial treasures and magical Shopti figurines meant to serve the pharaoh in the afterlife.
Okay.
The burial chamber itself contained nested shrines and coffins, with Tut's mummy enclosed in a solid gold inner coffin.
How big is this damn tomb?
Well, they said it was small, but I think pharaohs' tombs back then were like big.
I mean, if
rooms.
chariots and beds and shit are in there?
And they're like, his tomb was small with 5,000 objects just crammed in there.
Jeez.
But I still don't think it was like that big.
Okay.
So there was a lot of shit. The discovery captured the world's imagination, feeding a new wave of Egyptomania. People were already like into Egypt.
Okay.
And the Egyptian history.
Mm-hmm.
But then King Tut gets found. It's a huge ordeal.
And now they're like super into Egypt.
Yeah, everybody hears about it. They're like, Egypt is amazing and mysterious and, so far from anything we've ever experienced.
Feeling the Egypt vibes.
Egypt vibes abound in the 20s. The roaring Egyptian 20s.
Alrighty.
So newspapers, radio, broadcasts, and photographs made the golden wonders of Tut's tomb famous everywhere. Even U.S. President Herbert Hoover named one of his dogs King Tut.
Did I ever tell you about when I went to pick Frankie up from daycare and the guy in front of me went up to get his dog and they're like, "Okay, what's your dog's name?" He goes, "Beef Wellington." And here came Beef Wellington running out the door.
Beef? What kind of dog was it?
I want to say it was a dachshund.
Oh, that's perfect.
Little Beef Wellington.
Little Beef Wellington. I love that. I had a dachshund when I was a kid, but his name was Corey.
I feel like you told me about Corey.
I've told you about Corey. Let's continue. Alongside the excitement came the legend of the curse of the pharaoh. So after the tomb's opening, stories spread that those who disturbed Tutankhamun's rest would suffer misfortune. The most famous case was Lord Carnarvon, who died in March 1923, less than a year after the tomb was opened, from an infected mosquito bite.
Oh, and I have so many mosquito bites right now.
They're everywhere.
Oh,
They're out there. Watch your blood. Watch your skin.
I have those bug suckers though. Things like suction your skin.
No.
It sucks all the stuff out the mosquitoes put in that makes it itch. I think it's called the bug thing. I think that's like the name of the product.
I've never heard of this.
Or the bug sucker thing. Oh my God. Amazon.
Because it's the stuff that they inject to cauterize or whatever that makes it itchy, right?
Right. And it sucks it out.
Sucks it out?
Yeah. You got to do it like right when you get bit though.
That's crazy. I saw a weird TikTok recently of a guy who was getting cupping done on his back.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like a special kind of cupping that was a little bit more intense that like sucked impurities out of your skin in the way of blood.
No, thank you.
They were popping the cups off and just
wiping away blood.
But it was like congealed.
Ew. Something doesn't sound right about that.
I didn't like it. So though the Lord bequeath, though Lord Carnarvon, had been in poor health before the expedition, his death fueled the curse legend because he was involved.
Sure.
They were like, oh, he got into it's the Pharaoh's curse, King Tut's revenge.
Mm-hmm. Obviously.
Right? The idea was further popularized by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who suggested supernatural forces might be at work. Yet all the facts tell a different story.
They usually do.
Howard Carter himself, who found the tomb, lived until 1939, dying at age 64. Sergeant Richard Adamson, who guarded the burial chamber for 7 years, lived until 1982.
Oh.
Investigators have noted that the average lifespan of those involved actually exceeded expectations for their time.
Yeah.
Ironically, Carter himself encouraged talk of the curse, not because he believed in it, but to deter grave robbers and control media frenzy.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
I know. He was like, if this will keep people away from it, then let's just say it's true.
Yeah. Because you got 5,000 things in there. You don't want those stolen.
You don't want all of those things stolen. 5,000 things.
3 times fast.
5,000 things. 5,000 things. 5,000 things.
It's hard.
Oof. You don't want all those 5,000 things stolen.
That's right. Snap, snap.
I pull out like a golden chalice.
You're like, except I did get this one thing.
Anyway, ancient Egyptians did often inscribe curses on tomb walls to scare off thieves, but Tut's tomb contained no such inscription.
Okay.
Nearly a century later, the discovery of King Tut's tomb remains the most complete royal burial ever found in Egypt, offering an unprecedented glimpse into the wealth, art, and religious beliefs of the ancient world, and leaving behind a lasting legacy of Egyptomania and the enduring allure of its curse.
There you go.
DeKalb, Illinois wanted in on the Egyptian trend.
They said, give me a piece of that Egyptian vibe.
We're Egyptomaniacs.
That's the name of their band.
In 1928, the DeKalb Theater Company was looking to build a new venue to replace its old theater at First Street and Lincoln Highway. They wanted something big enough for both motion pictures and vaudeville acts. To design it, they hired Elmer F. Burns, Behrns. Burns, probably? Burns sounds right, though. Yeah. Elmer F. Burns, a Chicago architect known for his interest in Egyptology. Burns didn't just slap hieroglyphics on the walls. He gave the whole place a unified theme inspired by Pharaoh Ramses II, complete with giant pharaoh figures guarding the entrance and stained glass depictions of the scarab beetle holding up the sun god Ra.
It sounds pretty.
Kate, this place is gorgeous. So Ramses, the person who's on the front of this theater, the second, was also known as Ramses the Great. And he was the third pharaoh of Egypt's 19th dynasty, reigning from 1279 to 1213 BCE, one of the longest reigns in Egyptian history.
Oh.
I'm saying this because this tells why, this is kind of an explanation as to why Barons put him as a prominent figure.
Gotcha.
So Ramses was born into a family that rose to power after Akhenaton's religious reforms, which were bad. And Ramses grew up learning warfare and statecraft alongside his father, Seti the First.
Okay.
Stagecraft, of course.
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, he's stage
We're talking
fighting.
about the theater.
As king, Ramses built a grand residence city in the Nile Delta called Pur-Ramesu to serve as his military base for campaigns in Asia. Ramses was renowned for his monumental building projects that signaled Egypt's prosperity. He finished his father's temple, added to a massive hypostyle hall at Karnak, and constructed his grand mortuary temple, the Rasmusum. His most famous works are the 2 massive rock-cut temples at Abu Simbel in Nubia, featuring colossal statues of himself, go figure,
okay.
and one dedicated to his queen, Nefertari.
Alrighty.
Ramses was known for his large family, over 100 children.
What?
I don't think it was all from one woman.
Damn!
Cranking out them kids.
Damn!
So even after his death, his name and image remained everywhere. He had a great reputation. So he built a lot of stuff. So I can see why this architect kind of puts him as the main figure on the front of this theater.
Sure.
So plans for the Egyptian theater were ambitious. The original design included extra buildings like a hotel attached to the north side of the main entrance.
Oh.
But then the stock market crashed in October of 1929, sending the world into the Great Depression. Some grand plans got scrapped, and there were budget compromises like replacing a planned marble floor in the lobby with a mosaic of recycled tiles. Despite those hurdles, construction pressed on.
The show must go on.
The show,
bitch.
you have to keep it moving.
I'm in a weird mood. Sorry.
You're fine, Kate. Don't worry. You had that big dinner, and then you told that long story.
sounded like a parent, like calming a child. Like, it's okay. You had that big dinner and you told that long story. Oh, that was funny.
Anywho, so work had begun with foundation excavation. I like that.
I do too.
Foundation excavation in 1928, but picked up seriously in spring of 1929. The theater officially opened on December 10th, 1929, just weeks after the market crash. It cost around $250,000, which in today's money is $4,614,108. A considerable sum at the time, and it served a city population at the time of about 8,545 and a county of roughly 32,644. So not that big.
Yeah.
Opening night at the theater featured The Hottentot.
Oh.
An all-talking film about horse racing with tickets.
That's not what I thought it was going to be about.
It does sound kind of sexual. The Hottentot.
The Hottentot.
Tickets went for 50 cents for adults and 25 cents for kids.
Man, what a time.
What a time to be alive. The venue was well equipped for both film and live vaudeville. Vaudeville acts were typically reserved for weekends while movies would run through the week.
Okay.
The Egyptian wasn't alone in its style. By the 1930s, over 100 Egyptian-themed theaters dotted the country. But today, DeKalb's is one of only a handful left.
Oh, wow.
And the only one east of the Rocky Mountains. Others survive in Los Angeles, Delta, Colorado, Boise, Idaho, Coos Bay, Oregon, Ogden, Utah, and Park City, Utah.
Alrighty.
I knew all the state things because they were all abbreviated.
Look at you.
Thank you. Through the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, the Egyptian theater focused primarily on movies, though it did host special events. A major moment came on October 25th, 1959.
What happened?
Senator John F. Kennedy delivered a speech there to a packed house just 3 months before announcing his presidential run. Ronald Reagan would also speak there in the 1960s. But by the 1970s, the grand old building was falling apart. The plaster was crumbling, seats were unusable, plumbing and the boiler were shot, and rain and animals were getting in through holes in the ceiling.
She's getting old. She's
getting
wearing
old.
down.
She's tired. By 1977, it closed
Okay.
and was turned over to the city of DeKalb. That might have been the end, but the community was not ready to let the Egyptian theater go. In 1978, local residents formed Preservation of Egyptian Theater Incorporated, PET, to save it. That same year, the theater was listed on the National Register of Historic Places. PET secured a $2.3 million state grant in the early 1980s, enough to begin major renovations, though some plans, like adding air conditioning, had to be cut due to budget limits.
Oof. People are going to be burning up in
They're
there.
going to be hot. I think it's air conditioned now.
I would
Pretty
hope so.
sure. I would hope so too. Let's look
We
at
in
that before we go,
2025,
right?
yo.
All right. The restored Egyptian reopened in late 1983, and it quickly became more than just a movie palace again, hosting films, live events, community meetings, weddings, and university productions. From 2006 to 2019, nearly $2 million was invested in further restoration and upgrades. In 2011, the original 1929 seats, still in use after more than 80 years, were sold off to the community and replaced with new seats made to look nearly identical. The biggest project yet kicked off on May 1st, 2019, exactly 90 years to the day after the original groundbreaking. This $6.5 million expansion dramatically improved public restrooms, concessions, storage, and at last added air conditioning.
All right, there it is.
For the first time. Although the COVID-19 pandemic delayed progress, the project was completed on October 1st, 2020. Over the years, the Egyptian theater has hosted an impressive lineup of well-known performers. Audiences have seen shows by Journey, with Cheap Trick in 1977,
Fun.
Heart that same year, Violent Femmes in 1983, and REM in 1984.
Cool.
Blues legend Willie Dixon played there in 1985, while Los Lobos and Tori Amos both performed in 1994.
Cool.
The venue has also welcomed Gaelic Storm regularly since 2003. Humphreys McGee in 2008, and artists like Frank Turner, The Wonder Years, Drake Bell, and Aaron Carter in the 2010s. Other big names, Rick Springfield, Survivor, Lewis Black, Plain White Tees.
A lot of people.
Jesse McCartney. I don't want another pretty face. I don't want... Do you remember that beautiful soul? You don't know it?
Not familiar.
God damn it, Gaten.
Dude, I don't know
I know.
music.
I'll send you a clip.
Okay.
That's my new thing.
When I hear it, I might
You might know
recognize
it. Yeah, I'm sure you will. So today, the Egyptian Theater is a true cultural landmark in DeKalb, beautifully preserved. It's an Egyptian revival masterpiece that's been entertaining for generations, nearly a century. But over the decades, staff, performers, and visitors have reported unexplained sights and sounds.
Let's hear about them.
If you spend enough time at the Egyptian Theater in DeKalb, you're bound to hear someone mention Irv Kummerfelt.
Who's Irv Kummerfelt?
The man many call the unsung hero of the place.
Oh.
They say he loved this theater so much that he never truly left. Irv wasn't just another volunteer.
What was he?
He and his wife, Barbara, poured a decade of their lives into saving the Egyptian theater after the city shuttered it in 1977.
Okay.
Back then, it was a crumbling shell, in danger of being lost for good. Irv is the one who led the charge for the $2.1 million restoration,
All right, Irv.
refusing to let DeKalb lose this crown jewel.
Yeah.
Barbara said it was their special thing,
Aw.
something that they shared together.
That's really sweet.
The love of the theater. Yeah. He served as president of the Egyptian Theater Board and was its secretary when he died. Without Irv's tireless work, many say the Egyptian theater wouldn't even exist today. But Irv's devotion wasn't just professional. He spent countless nights in the building, checking on it, fixing things, organizing events. And that's exactly what he was doing the night he died.
Oh, no.
On a Saturday night, while working inside the Egyptian he loved so much, Irv suffered a massive heart attack.
Oh, no. Was he alone?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay.
He was taken to Kishwaukee, excuse my pronunciation, Community Hospital, but died around midnight. He was just 55 years old.
Oh, dang. Young.
Outside the theater, Irv was a respected journalism professor at Northern Illinois University. He taught generations of students since arriving in 1961, first in the university's news bureau and later as a journalism professor and department chair.
Oh, wow.
He had a reputation for being dedicated, sharp, and caring. He was also deeply involved in the First Congressional United Church of Christ, serving as a deacon, trustee, and moderator over the years. But inside the Egyptian theater, that was where his heart truly lived.
Oh.
Today, people say Irv still checks on the place.
I bet he does.
His apparition has been seen around his favorite seat, standing quietly in the aisle, as if he's just making sure things are running smoothly. Staff and visitors alike describe seeing him in doorways or catching a glimpse of him in the corner of their eye, always watching over the theater he refused to give up on in life. Then there's the matter of the cigarette butts.
Oh.
For years after his death, staff would find them in the lobby, burned down, fresh, the smell of smoke lingering even though no one had been there.
Ew.
Irv was known for smoking.
Okay.
And those butts seemed to appear out of nowhere.
I'm just going to take that clip and use it for everything. Those butts seem to have appeared out of nowhere.
Yes! T-shirt. Egyptian theater. Let's talk. The strange part, when his old desk was tucked away in storage, the cigarette butts kept showing up. But when the desk was finally moved back into the lobby, the ghostly smoking stopped.
Huh.
They took his desk away. And he was like, no, smoke, cigarettes.
Because he was like nervous. He's like, where's my desk?
Where's my desk? And then they brought it back. He stopped smoking.
He's like, okay, I'm good.
It's back to normal. as if Irv was content to be back at his post, keeping watch over the front of house.
Yeah.
Barbara once said that without Irv, the Egyptian wouldn't be here, and now many people believe he's still there, making sure that it remains exactly what he fought so hard for it to be. So if you visit the Egyptian and think you see a quiet man standing in the aisle, checking the view or looking over the crowd, don't be afraid.
Don't
be scared.
He's a good ghost.
Yeah, it's probably just Irv, still taking care of his theater exactly as he always did.
Aww.
Another spirit said to roam the Egyptian is that of a little girl, but only in the summer months.
All right, that's a little creepy, but do tell me more.
She's been seen and heard laughing, singing, and playing throughout the lobby area. The story goes that before the Egyptian was built, a house once stood on the property that this little girl's family used to use as a summer home.
Ah, okay.
We don't know how she perished.
Okay.
But her ghost reportedly returns only in the summer, as if she's coming back to play in the space that she remembers.
I don't know. If I hear a ghost girl laughing, that's going to creep me out. For whatever reason, the cigarette butts, they don't bother me. I'm like, because I'll just assume that it's some...
Kate picks one up and lights it and just...
Ew, gross, no.
Smokes.
But like a ghost girl laughing...
Don't love it. Kids are scary.
In life and in death.
And life and death. We also have a little boy ghost.
Oh, okay.
It's another spirit tied to the past. I don't know why I wrote that. That's stupid. No shit, Sherlock.
Really? A ghost?
A ghost tied to the past?
Oh, my.
Whoa,
This is groundbreaking news.
Who knew? So his most famous appearance happened during one of the theater's haunted house events. The theater used to host haunted houses.
Well, and they apparently still do, right? Because you said that they
do the haunted tours, but I think they did full out
gotcha.
haunted house type thing
Fun.
situation.
Okay.
Actors and staff stopped everything when they saw what they thought was an unattended child in a costume.
Oh.
But when they searched, they didn't find any trace of him. They realized they had seen an apparition. He's often seen around the downstairs dressing rooms, sometimes appearing in old-fashioned costumes, which has led many to believe that he might have been a young vaudeville actor.
I love that they saw him, and then when they went to go find him, they couldn't find him, so they automatically assumed ghost.
Right. But then there is a little boy that hangs out by the dressing rooms who is like, whoa, who's that? It might have been a vaudeville kid. They saw the little boy. They went to look, couldn't find him. But then after that, multiple people have reported seeing a little boy in costume around the dressing rooms. So they're linking that with those sightings.
Gotcha.
But who knows, Kate? There might be two little boy ghosts.
Wow.
We don't know.
So many child ghosts. What was going on in DeKalb at that time?
A janitor's ghost is frequently seen on the Egyptian stage. Witnesses describe a man in dark coveralls, often leaning on a mop or a broom handle. He's known for suddenly appearing, just standing there, silent, before vanishing just as quickly, often right in front of people's eyes.
I would be so pissed if I spent my life working as a janitor, died, and then returned as a janitor, still just working my job.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's time for me to rest.
I am tired from cleaning up after y'all messy bitches. I said what I said.
You did.
Maybe he's resting finally.
Maybe that's why he's just leaning on the mop.
I think he's just looking out at the theater, leaning on his mop and being like, fuck, man.
He's like, I'm done.
I'm done. I finished. I cleaned it.
I thought I died, y'all.
Staff have taken to calling him Charlie or Charles. One well-known story told on ghost tours is of a stage manager who encountered this figure alone in the theater on a stormy night.
Ooh.
Only to have the janitor's ghost vanish into thin air. One of the theater's most striking spirits, and Kate, we know a lady in white.
Of course.
We know a lady in red.
Yes.
We know a lady in black.
Yes.
We have a lady in green.
Ooh. So I was going to say, I've also heard of yellow and blue, but this might be the first green.
This is the first lady in green I've heard of.
All right.
She's described as wearing a long, bright green dress and carrying a cigarette stick.
Oh. Kevin just mimed the cigarette stick.
I used to have a cigarette. I used to smoke, everybody. Don't come for me. I don't smoke
You've
anymore.
talked about it before.
I think I've already mentioned this, but I lived in a double wide with my mom in West Virginia, and I had a cigarette holder. I'd sit in my lazy boy and smoke my cigarettes.
And watch Gone with the Wind.
And watch Gone with the Wind.
You've told this story?
I've told it a million times, and I'll tell it again.
I love to hear it. The image alone is worth the story.
No, right? Oh, God. I need to evaluate some more things. Anyway, performers have reported seeing the lady in green in the balcony.
They're always in the balcony. If they're not on stage, they're in that balcony.
They're in the balcony. You got to be careful. It's always the balcony. I like the balcony.
Are you a ghost?
My headphones drop off. And
You
I disappear.
just disappear.
Matt comes up and you're like, where's Kevin? And he goes, Kevin? There hasn't been a Kevin around here for 25 years.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. But performers have noticed seeing the lady in green up in the balcony when there's like set construction going on. So they'll look up and just see her standing there with her cigarette stick.
Oh.
And even on show nights. Sometimes she's just sitting there quietly. Other times she'll be walking across the balcony aisles. Despite many people trying to approach her, she always disappears before anyone can get close enough.
Hate it when that happens.
Lady in green. So down in the basement dressing rooms, another ghostly figure has made her presence known.
There are so many ghosts in this theater.
There are a ton. In and around the women's restroom, people have reported hearing a woman crying or sounding deeply sad. She's also been known to knock on the stall doors and walls as if trying to scare people away so she can have privacy.
Oh, this poor woman.
Mediums and psychics who have visited the space describe her as someone who just wants to be left alone with her emotions.
I mean, isn't that all of us?
Yes. Leave me alone.
Girl, same.
Especially when you're in the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't want anyone coming near me in the bathroom.
No.
I'm doing stuff.
Right. Beyond these well-known spirits, the Egyptian theater has other unexplained activity.
Okay, the way you said that, so a guy I used to work with told me about how one time he went into the restroom of this theater, not this theater, but a theater he was working at. And a man came up behind him and said, "Are you interested in activities?" And he said it just like that.
Yikes. I wonder what he meant. Sex activities?
Oh, he meant sex activities.
Oh, because I would also think maybe drug activities.
That's not how my friend took it. And I don't even know why he told me about it because he was my boss at the time. I was like, why are you telling me this story?
Did he engage?
No, he did not.
Oh, okay.
He ran away quite quickly.
Okay. I would have been like, well, tell me of these
Activities.
Yikes. Be careful out there, everyone.
Yeah, for real.
So in the theater's basement tunnels, paranormal investigators have seen a bright blue orb of light moving through the space before vanishing. Despite efforts to find a natural cause, none has been discovered yet. There's also mention of an ottoman in storage said to be haunted, though details of its activity are less clear. Haunted ottoman. What does that do?
Okay.
You put your feet on it and it just kicks them off?
Maybe.
Who knows?
We'll
know when we go
on
on the tour.
Like the one in
the
my
one
closet.
in your closet.
I glued the legs back on.
Okay. Well, that's a haunted ottoman. So, recognizing its reputation, the Egyptian theater now embraces these ghost stories with flashlight ghost tours.
As they should. Make that money.
Yes.
Capitalize on that shit.
I mean, I'm going to go to this at some point. That let guests explore the building in the dark, guided only by their own beams of light. The tours take visitors from the lobby to the balcony, backstage, and other behind-the-scenes spaces, not usually open to the public. Staff share decades of personal encounters and stories that line up in eerie ways.
Ooh.
Executive director Alex Narad notes that even skeptics sometimes come away believing, especially when they hear unexplained noises like the heavy box office door opening and closing on its own.
Ooh.
Guests are even encouraged to take photos and videos, some of which have captured unexplained images shown in slideshows on future tours.
Ooh, I love that.
Through these stories and experiences, the Egyptian theater's rich history continues to live on, not just as a restored architectural landmark, but as a place full of legends, memories, and perhaps a few spirits who simply refuse to take their final bow.
Let's go.
Egyptian Theater, DeKalb.
We need to go there.
Yeah,
for sure.
I want to say they do the haunted thing monthly because they just had one July 18th. The next one that's on sale is August 15th. So it's making me think they do it on a monthly basis.
How much does it cost?
It's like $30.
Oh, that's not bad. Let's do it.
We should go.
Field trip.
Haunted theater. And that's the story.
I can't wait to visit.
Me too.
And in case this is a main episode, you can leave your comments. Have you ever been to this theater? If so, do tell. Or if you have one of your own haunted stories about a theater, send that sucker in.
Send it.
You can leave your comments on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or Spotify at
Horrorwood Podcast.
Or send us your own haunted stories by emailing us at
horrorwoodpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you want to give us money so that we can afford the ticket to go to the haunted house, you can do so at
patreon.com/horrorwoodpodcast.
Ooh. Beef Wellington.
Those butts seem to appear out of nowhere.